How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Fordham Firesides. I'm your host, Hank Michaels, and today I have a guest from the Fordham Foundry. He's director of the Fordham Foundry. He's an adjunct professor of entrepreneurship. I got it right.
Long word,
Close
a lot of ease.
Yeah. Milton Sussberg, how you doing?
Very good. Good to be here.
So what can you tell me about the Fordham Foundry? Now, I understand it's a business incubator. They fund startups in New York City, but what's the process for that? And I don't know, what do you look for in these businesses?
It is a business incubator.
Mm-hmm.
We do not fund businesses directly.
Okay.
We have competitions where donors give money toward the competition,
Yeah.
and the prize winners get money.
Okay.
Many of the incubators, well-known ones, will actually take equity in the company. At Fordham University, we do not. We are strictly there to guide and mentor and coach students to try to help them along.
I see. And it's strictly Fordham students then?
It is Fordham students and also alumni
Okay.
are open to participate.
Okay. So if a potential Fordham student has a business that they come to you with, is there like a vetting process, or do you just kind of work with them? Like, how do people get accepted to work with you guys?
We used to have a process with acceptance on a business plan, but we've changed that.
Okay.
We're completely open now. So if you go to fordhamfoundry.org
Mm-hmm.
and you write to us, we look forward to talking to you.
Okay.
And helping you along. There's full-time faculty there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you need introduction to other resources at Fordham, we're happy to make those introductions.
So do these are these like one-on-one meetings? Are they like classes essentially? Is it like having like a trainer with you? How does it work?
I would say trainer.
Trainer.
If you go to the website, each of the members of the Foundry, we have a full-time executive director. I am there, as you said, and we have 3 entrepreneurs in residence.
Okay.
We each have a specialty in terms of our startup experience, and so you would be guided toward the trainer, to use your term.
Yeah.
That might be most appropriate. But you also mentioned classes, and we do have several classes. The Foundry has a class that I teach. I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
In fact, it was Dean Rapiccioli, of the business school who, when she asked me to come to the Foundry, asked me to create. It's unique in the sense that each student in the class works as an intern for another student business.
Okay.
So it can be kind of a fun dynamic.
Yeah,
where
it's interesting.
The founders are freshmen and the interns are seniors. So that's kind of a interesting thing. And then we have these challenges. In fact, on April the 6th, we have a pitch challenge. It's going to be in Keating 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
From 11 to 4, I'm promoting it.
Okay.
And if a student is motivated, after we have 3 coaching sessions, and then they perform on April 6th, that they want to continue to pursue their business, we have another class in the Foundry, which will be in the fall. It's called Launch Your Startup. Okay. And you can work on that course in a cohort. And get 3 credits for the class.
Oh, that's really cool. Huh.
So we're also a learning center aside from just coaching and so forth.
Yeah, I got you. So you mentioned that the what do you call them, like the in-house entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurs in residence.
In residence,
is the fancy air quote term.
And they all have their different specialties,
yes,
including you. What was your specialty, and what are some of the other ones?
My particular specialty is consumer products.
Okay.
I have been lucky enough to have been involved in the launch of the food processor. Cuisinart was our distributor.
Oh, really?
And then I've run a company for 30 years that advises other consumer product companies.
Okay.
Mostly in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
We have our executive director, Al Bartosik, is a specialist in healthcare strategy. He has worked in fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
We have an entrepreneur in residence who is very plugged into the technology scene in New York in terms of getting resources to assist those that have those interests. We have a woman who is Mary Lemmer, who was a venture capitalist and then studied at Second City in Chicago and helps with presentations, improv.
That's really cool.
Something you might be interested in.
Yeah. Wait, so she worked at an improv, the Second City, and then she
studied there.
She studied
there, and now she has a business where she will help you. So in this pitch challenge that we're working on now, students make a 3-minute presentation, and we have a work session with Mary that will help you.
Okay.
Organize it, cut it down, expand it,
Mm-hmm.
prioritize your 3-minute presentation.
Okay.
And then we also have another entrepreneur in residence who I'm personally very proud of. He started at the Foundry.
Okay.
He went to Rhode Island School of Design for a master's, and he continued to pursue the business that he created at the Foundry with his twin brothers who are a year younger. They entered our pitch challenge, not our pitch challenge,
Mm-hmm.
Venture Up, which we had in April,
Mm-hmm.
in December. And he was the winner.
Okay.
He won $25,000. It's a $40,000 competition. After winning and reconnecting with the Foundry, he is now one of our entrepreneurs in residence. He's also a consumer product person, but he has a specialty in design.
What was his business that he started?
It's a company called Brevity. You could all look it up.
I feel like I've definitely heard of it.
One of his brothers is a photographer.
Okay.
Expensive equipment. So he designed a backpack where there's a zipper compartment where you can put the different lenses and so forth. And they've built a brand,
that's awesome.
different models, and they're continuing to do so. And it's supporting the three of them. They all live in separate apartments in the city. And we often focus on those that have billion-dollar companies,
Mm-hmm.
but here are three brothers who are making a living doing what they want to do.
That's really cool.
So we're very proud of them at the Foundries. So.
Where is their product sold? Are they in any major retail?
No, they at this point they're online.
Okay.
They have a heavy social media presence. I think at last look they have 37 or 38,000 followers.
Oh, okay.
And they're choosing to build their brand with more product and so forth.
Okay.
But I think retail will be down the...
Do you guys help with that at the Foundry? Like building those relationships with, I don't know, Urban Outfitters or...
We could because, again, being a consumer product person, I'm... One of my specialties is retail.
Yeah, okay.
And they had a major retailer that was quite interested in their product line, but Brandon and his brothers make their own decision.
Mm-hmm.
But I strongly suggested it would not be a good idea because I was concerned that the retailer would lower their retail, and then they couldn't get the margin that they're getting online right now.
Yeah.
But those are strategic decisions, and those are some of the
Mm-hmm.
important decisions that you have to make as you evolve as a company.
Yeah, especially in like the online age where you can sell these very niche products that are like only available online. Like actually these headphones I got right here, like you can only get them off their website, and I got them from an Instagram ad. So it's like a similar, I can see why that that can work today when it couldn't have worked in the past. So
Exactly.
I don't know, that's really cool. So yeah, what else?
And I just want to add,
Yeah.
that's an opportunity for a student that is more savvy in social media to
Yeah.
Create a startup.
Yeah, exactly. So, what else do you guys do at the Foundry? Besides, are there any other events and stuff you put on? Like...
We do. We have some outside programming.
Mm-hmm.
We usually have one a quarter, a major thing. One time we had food entrepreneurs who were graduates of Fordham.
Okay.
We had it in Bryant Park, an incubator there, and they discussed being in the food business, all different aspects of the business. We had an outside event in Manhattan also on diversity.
Mm-hmm.
Your team culture is an important part of any corporation.
Okay.
It's particularly crucial in a startup because essentially the team may be smaller. So complementing abilities and personalities, it's an important thing. And how does one diversify? Because the more diverse we are, the more opportunity we have to have good people.
Mm-hmm.
So
for sure.
We've done that. And then we have something, I just came from our famous Pizza Wednesday.
Okay.
Which we have at Rose Hill.
Okay.
And we have one. We also have so I should say the Foundry is located at 557 East Fordham Road.
Yeah.
Location point across the street from White Castle. So,
okay.
That's
right up the street from me.
Yes, exactly. And we just walked over, right?
Yep.
And we have another one at 109 Martino Hall at Lincoln Center. And this semester we have Pizza Thursday there.
Yeah, yeah.
Which you know about.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow.
I might say he will be our guest tomorrow.
By the time this goes up, it'll be too late.
Okay, but okay.
But yeah, if you were there and you saw me.
Yes.
Cool.
Last week we had the founder of the hoverboard.
Oh, no way.
Which as you know, I mean, forgive the expression, they literally blew up.
Yeah.
In a bad way. In a bad way. The batteries overheated, so we learned about that experience. If we don't have speakers at these weekly, lunches, we'll try to pick a controversial topic.
Okay.
One where thoughtful people can disagree.
Okay.
For instance, if a company gives all sorts of amenities at the office, or if a company now works out of WeWorks, and they've got everything on tap and they have exercise classes and yoga.
Yeah.
Is that a tool to get people to work harder,
Mm-hmm.
or is it good to socialize? You can argue in different ways. So we'll have a short topic, a short read as the topic of conversation, and then we really try to let the students go at it
really cool.
in a fun and interesting way.
What's the attendance like at these usually?
It depends on the semester.
Yeah.
But I would say that we kind of average between 10 and 15 students would come. It can be higher or lower, and I never know with midterms and finals if it's going to be high or low.
Yeah, it's true.
People either want to study or have a break. So it's a problem when we have to order pizza.
Yeah, the most challenging part.
Exactly. One of them, yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you tell me a bit more about yourself? You told me you went to University of Wisconsin-Madison.
I did.
Very close to where I'm from.
Yes.
And then you're
Go
originally...
Badgers.
Yeah,
Yes.
go Badgers.
Yeah.
And you're originally from Westchester, correct?
I'm from Westchester County, New York. I went to University of Wisconsin, and then I went to Columbia Graduate School of Business for business school. I started my doctoral program. Something happened in my family where I went into my family business to help my dad. And I'm very grateful to Fordham University because over 20 years ago, the gray in my beard is not dyed in there. It's natural, Hank. Fordham gave me the chance to teach in the marketing department.
Okay.
And So Fordham's a very special place to me. And when I went to school, going back to the 2 business schools that I went to, there were no courses in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And I always knew I wanted to work in startups. And so it's exciting to me that I can be part of something here at Fordham where students who are interested have the opportunity to pursue that interest with people who have experience. And I also might add, it's just an interesting fact that I learned from just coming from giving a lecture at a ground floor class. Part of the reading was that more entrepreneurial activity happens in the 55 to 64-year-old age group.
Really?
Everybody thinks it's, the
20-somethings moving to Silicon Valley,
dressing in black, drinking green smoothies.
Yeah.
It's not so. And some of those people found a niche. Maybe it's the time in their life, like they want to do it. But I also think that some of them are being downsized or flat out fired. And so I feel that studying entrepreneurship, no matter what your major is, taking some classes, being involved at the Foundry, it's almost like an insurance policy.
Okay.
So if you find that niche that you want to pursue, or you're downsized, you'll have the confidence to know, well, if I cover these topics, if I think this through, I can do this.
Okay.
And so it may not be for your first job out of Fordham, but it certainly could be something for the future.
And you teach classes on entrepreneurship as well?
I teach this class called the Startup Venture Experience that I was explaining is where you work as an intern.
Okay.
But aside from managing the internship, it's essentially a how-to run a startup or a small business.
Okay.
And I like to say it's kind of like T-ball. First we teach you how to swing the bat, but you don't know, like, you're supposed to run after you hit the ball. And then you show them where first base is and second base. And so it's very basic. And we use a textbook that's in its 13th edition. So it stood the test of time.
Okay.
And we just try to give you the practical experience to think about things that one normally wouldn't know because if they haven't run a business.
Is this class mostly seniors, would you say?
Juniors and seniors.
Juniors and seniors, okay. Yeah. And is it a good belly?
To run out it's yes.
Elective?
It's an elective in the entrepreneurship area and also in management.
I got you, yeah.
But we encourage, because we get some different thinking, it's also an elective for all schools.
Okay.
So some of our Fordham College at Rose Hill students really have a different and an interesting perspective. And interestingly, in this pitch challenge that we're having April the 6th, again, a plug.
Yeah.
We have more students from the college at Rose Hill than any other
no way.
school. So we're very excited about that. And I think we've got about 50 teams that will be
awesome.
presenting. So, but it's very representative of all schools, but the college has the most,
it's
which
really
is
cool.
Great. Which is, that's why we're at the Foundry, so you can pursue those thoughts. And
the pitch challenge is in Keating 3rd, you said?
Keating 3rd.
Okay. April 6th. Okay.
It's actually the first time we've had it at Rose Hill, so it'll be interesting. We've had the last two at Lincoln Center. So,
okay. Huh. So are there a lot of Lincoln Center kids coming up for that as well?
It's both. It's so mixed. We've got law students. We have drama majors. We have we really have represented the whole university community, which is what the Foundry's about. We're for everyone. I mean,
How long has the Foundry been around?
The Foundry has been around for about 6 years.
Okay, so not long at all.
I've been there 5.
Okay. Almost the entire life.
Almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've actually moved. We've grown.
Yeah.
We were in a shared office with the New York City Small Business Administration. And now, as I said, we moved across from White Castle.
Yeah.
And we've got
Easy
our
to
own
remember.
space. And it's yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's nice because if you want to work on your business, if you want to meet other students, some come to study. It's quiet, when we were in the shared space, we had limitations on the weekend, the heating, the security. Here you can come and go, and if you're trustworthy, you can have your own key and work at your own hours. I mean, it's a real resource for
That's great.
anyone that's interested.
Milton, before we go, do you have any last pitch you want to tell the people?
Look directly into the camera.
Yeah. Let them know.
I would say come visit us. Come to a pizza Wednesday. Come to a pizza Thursday. We particularly would like to invite commuters who might not have a place to come between classes. I think you'll meet some nice people there. I know over the years I've seen some friendships develop. Again, fordhamfoundry.org. You'll see our hours. We'd love to meet you.
That's great. All right. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow the Instagram page. And I will be back after spring break. And I'll see you next time. Bye.